Hey, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marissa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
I do.
And welcome back to
Take It Home.
Woo!
Yeah. Happy... I was going to say, happy second week of Jan.
Yeah, happy second week of Jan.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, if you heard our deep breath in the beginning, because I might keep that in.
I was thinking that, actually.
We were both stressed because we're having some technical difficulties before this. And nothing stresses me out. Makes me like more anxious than that. Like it just makes me so upset, especially when it's like high stakes, like recording our podcast.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we're filming on a different camera today. So if it looks different, if you're watching, that's why. Hopefully it doesn't look too much worse. I actually don't know. Like it might look...
What if it looks better?
It might look better or fairly similar. I just can't tell until I'm like editing. Because I think the lighting looks kind of not as good. But
it looks a little dark.
Yeah, it looks dark, but I can change the color in the...
Yes.
Whatever. Okay, so we had to take a deep breath.
Yes, we did.
But anyway, enough of that negative energy.
No more of that. Hey,
y'all. Happy second week of Jan.
Again. Happy second week of Jan. We will be talking about seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression and winter blues. So if that resonates with you, which I feel like I hear a lot of people talking about this all the time, this episode is for you. But first, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking
a London Fog.
A London Fog?
Today we're drinking London Fog.
London Fog.
All right, come into the end and get your London Fog in the pub.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
do people in London even talk like that?
No, they do in the like movies when
London
they're
Fog,
like Eliza Doolittle. Maybe not even
like in the old days.
I'm thinking of like
Master of the House.
Yeah. From Les Mis.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what a London Fog is, it is still pretty warm. I thought because of our technical difficulties, we had a delay. I thought our drinks were going to be cold. What it is Earl Grey Tea steeped in boiling water, obviously, with a bit of vanilla extract and honey. And then we frothed some milk. So it's all frothed and foamy and put it on top. And then we topped it with some cinnamon.
So let's try it.
Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Ooh, I like. I did not know what to expect with this. But I like it.
I like it. It's giving winter.
Yeah.
It's giving...
Which is what we're going for. It feels like a very January...
beverage.
Yeah, it feels like a January-esque beverage.
I like it.
I never really drink milk in my tea, so this is different for me. But I do like milk tea, like if you're talking like iced tea, like boba, Thai tea type stuff. But I never
love Thai tea.
I never put like milk in my hot tea. This kind of like reminds me of Thai tea a bit because it has the sweetness and the tea and the milk.
I used to put milk in my tea. I think that's just because I was studying abroad in London, though. And then I came back and I was like, I'm going to keep putting milk in my tea. But I haven't done it in like years. But it tastes really yummy.
Yeah.
London Fog.
So that's our sip of the week.
Sip of the week, sip of the week.
Sip of the week, sip of the week. Now it's time for
Smile of the week, smile of the week. Smile of the week, smile of the week.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, my smile of the week is, well, I was just in Florida this past weekend visiting Rodney, and my smile is that I got to go in a hot tub outdoors.
I love a hot tub.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice being in sunny weather for a few days, especially since it's so cold up here. And I sat by the pool and hot tubbed for 2 days. 2 days for 48 hours without a break. I did not leave the hot tub.
That's crazy.
Just kidding, y'all. If you believed that, I got you good. I did not stay that long in there. Just a couple of hours each day by the pool. And it was nice. And that's my smile.
What was the weather like?
It was, well, actually, Monday it was not good. But it kind of fit the vibes because we were supposed to go to the beach, but then it was cloudy with a chance of rain, and it was kind of sprinkling here and there. So we ended up just hot tubbing instead because there was a hot tub at the place Rodney was staying. So it was a little chillier. Chilly, though, being probably like 70 and a little rainy. But then the next day it was sunny and 75.
Nice.
Yeah.
Much different from here.
Yes, it is very, very cold and chilly and rainy and wet and snowy here. What's your smile?
Okay, my smile is that today I made cookies. And that's my smile.
I love that. Wait, am I allowed to have a second smile?
Well, I guess, yeah. we're breaking the rules, but that's fine.
It's because I totally forgot this thing that happened that I was like, this is going to be my smile next so.
Okay.
And then I forgot about it. But I posted it on my TikTok, or on the pod TikTok. So, y'all know I'm a food tour guide, blah, blah, blah. I was leading a food tour. On my food tours, everyone is always like, Noelle, what made you move to New York City? And that's when I'm like, well, I'm a singer and an actor, and this is the place to be if you're doing that. Ha 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 ha. And so I was on a tour the other day, and there was this 10-year-old boy on the tour, and he was just so cute and asking questions the whole tour. Amazing vibes. And at the end of the tour, he comes up to me with a napkin and a pen and asks me for my autograph for if I become famous.
That's so
And then he wanted to get a picture with me too, and it just warmed my heart. And now I feel like I need to become famous just to make him happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
That's my real smile.
I love that. Mine is that I made cookies. I made these peppermint chocolate cookies. And
They're peppermint cocoa, right?
Yeah, I mean, the recipe I use, they're called peppermint hot cocoa cookies, but
I
like
guess it doesn't matter.
they're just like peppermint chocolate cookies. But they're good, and I kind of just wanted to make some to bring to work, because I don't ever do that, and like I don't really bake that often. You'd think that I'd bake more because I love cooking. Cooking is like one of my hobbies. I love it, but I just don't ever. I mean, I'd bake sometimes, but not as often as I'd like to, because it's just fun. Yeah, baking isn't out of necessity, whereas cooking is. Like, you need to cook to eat. So baking always just feels like a treat, you know, an extra fun thing. So I spent my morning just making cookies.
So cute.
Yeah.
I know, I came home and you were just making cookies.
At like 10 in the morning.
I know, I was like, what you doing?
And I was like, oh, this is so cute.
You were just in here baking.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring some to work tomorrow and to the kids that I nanny. And then
they'll love that.
Save some for here.
I tried one and it was really good.
It is good. They're like very decadent. Anyway, those are our smiles
of the week.
Should we talk about winter blues?
No.
Okay.
Bye.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, we can talk about
So
winter
funny.
blues. Well. Winter blues.
We all get them, don't we?
We do all get them. Unless you live in a sunny place all year round. Then maybe you don't get the winter blues.
That's true.
But the winter blues very much apply to people who experience winter. Also, I feel like New York is extra bad for the winter blues because like I don't actually, why is that? I feel like I hear that all the time. Like, New York is not great in the winter, but is it just because there's only like buildings and you like, I don't know, you can't really go outside. There's not really like outdoor winter activities going on in New York City.
Yeah, I think it's. I feel like there are multitude of reasons. Is that correct grammar? I don't know.
I think
Vocabulary. One, I think as a New Yorker, you're walking a lot everywhere. Mm-hmm. So that is not the typical experience maybe of someone who lives in a suburb where they can just go into their garage and get in their car.
that's so true.
And drive somewhere and maybe walk a few feet to the door. we are like venturing out in the cold here.
It like really makes you not want to leave your apartment at all.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that later. But yeah, it really does make you feel a little trapped. Like whenever I start feeling the winter blues, the feeling I feel is I feel trapped. Like I can't go anywhere, even though you can. And that's something we're going to touch on later. But yeah, I think that's part of what makes it New York hard in that way. And also, New York is very, very far east. So we're getting the sunset the earliest, you know, for our time zone. So like right now the sun starts setting like 4 p.m.
Which is insane.
So, you know, even in places that are a little more west, they are not getting that early of a sunset.
So we're getting less daytime, like so much
The days
less
are
daytime.
very short. And these are the scientific things that I actually wanted to talk about, some like statistics that I found and like some actual, I guess, like science-backed reasons. Like there are reasons why we all feel this way, and it's completely normal. But yeah, I think it can be amplified in New York. But anywhere that you experience a winter season, if you are not like someone who's very gung-ho about winter, and especially I will say I love the holiday season, winter, but I think that January, February, March, it's the hardest stretch of the year for me. It is every year, because it's like, okay, well, it's still winter and it's still so cold, but like it's not holiday winter anymore. It's just like winter.
Yeah.
And it's a very long stretch. Like it really is. I feel like here in New York, maybe in April you'll start to see a warm day or two here and there, but yeah, you got 3 solid months of cold and not that much going on, you know. So yeah, it's just hard. So that's why we definitely wanted to talk about this during this time as we enter these few months, and we're definitely going to talk about some things that you can do or that we do that like support us through this time, that can combat some of what we feel.
I feel like I've experienced seasonal depression since I was a little kid. I remember even in elementary school not being able to get out of bed in the winter time, and that's always been such a struggle for me. Like I'm really in tune with the weather. Anytime there's a super sunny day, I feel like my mood is up, I'm feeling good. And anytime, even when it's in the summertime, if there's a cloudy, rainy day, I wake up and I just feel off. Like I feel a little sad, I feel a little more anxious, and sometimes I'm like, oh, why do I feel weird today? And then I'll literally look outside and I'm like, it's because it's cloudy.
So real.
It's, I don't know, something about it.
And I've talked about my migraines too with the...
And being dry? Wait, what is
damp.
Damp? Oh.
But like my migraines being triggered by rainy weather or cloudiness, which is something that I didn't know until just, you know, the past few months was possible. I consistently noticed that. So I feel like it's so real. Like our bodies are made of nature, water, things that are equivalent to like what we're surrounded by.
Whoa, that's so true.
You know, so I feel like it makes sense that we are affected by our environment. So I think it's important to address the fact that like seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder is a real disorder. Not everyone has that, but it says about 5% of adults in the US experience seasonal affective disorder each year. That's roughly 16.5 million people. But then an additional 10 to 20% of people experience milder seasonal low mood or like winter blues. So it's a milder version of that. I don't know, you know, like I just want to be clear that seasonal depression is like a word that we throw out there a lot, but we don't want to like use it too loosely. Anyway.
That is very true, and I have had a habit of using it loosely.
Well, me too. I think it's just a thing, but like, yeah, I guess looking into this, it's like a real thing that you can get diagnosed with. Seasonal affective disorder tends to show up most often in young adulthood, 20s to 30s, and becomes less common with age.
Interesting.
Very interesting. It doesn't say why. I wonder like why that would be. I mean, maybe because your 20s and 30s are difficult as is, and there's a lot that you're like figuring out and a lot of stress.
Like
and
instability.
yeah, instability. You're not as settled. So every single thing that happens in the winter that kind of offsets all that just kind of makes it crazier.
That would make sense.
Obviously, patterns and geographic differences. The prevalence of seasonal affective disorder varies by region. For example, estimates in the U.S. winter range from around 1.4% in Florida to nearly 10% in northern states like New Hampshire. So obviously, the like more north, the more cool you get, the more SAD you're going to see.
SAD, sad.
Sad.
Wait, yeah. The more SAD.
Higher latitudes where winter days are shorter tend to have higher rates of seasonal depression. So when the sun sets earlier, that affects everything.
I can't believe I was in Florida this morning with the sun shining.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And now it's really cold.
Isn't it crazy that a plane can just take you?
Yes.
You can wake up in one place and then go to sleep in another.
It's very weird.
It is weird.
Anyways.
According to one poll, nearly 38% of Americans report a decline in mood during the winter months.
Damn, that's
even if they
a lot.
don't meet the full diagnostic criteria for SAD. Around 1/3 of people say they sleep more in winter.
Yes.
So that's, you know,
I do.
a thing. And then another substantial portion report fatigue or mood changes on seasonal surveys. Ready for this one?
Yes.
Women are disproportionately affected. Roughly 4 out of 5 people with SAD are women.
That, of course.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
So then I was like, why are women more affected? And basically, like, back to the sleep and light sensitivity thing. The sun rising earlier or later, or like setting earlier, all of the things that we feel when that happens have to do with our hormones. Literally, when the sun goes down, I believe our brains release melatonin to get us ready for sleep, and like all of that stuff really affects, like, the sunlight affects so much in our bodies, and women are more sensitive to those changes. Also, social and emotional labor load. Winter often amplifies burnout, isolation, or caretaking fatigue, and women disproportionately carry emotional labor, caregiving responsibilities, and social coordination like holidays, family dynamics, and relationships. Isn't that crazy?
Women.
Yeah, so if you're already kind of on overdrive, all of the things that winter kind of triggers will just make it worse.
Great.
But yeah, a lot of people oversleep because it's really hard to get out of bed in the winter.
I do. I am a huge culprit of that. Is that right? I'm a huge culprit of that? I'm a huge culprit.
I don't think so.
Honestly, podcasting has made me realize I think my grammar is shit.
No, it's not.
It could be better. But I just like question everything I say. Anyways,
It makes you hyper aware of what you're saying. That's
exactly,
for sure.
Yeah. But I sleep so much, or I could sleep so much in the winter. I feel like I could sleep like 12 hours a night if I wanted to. I don't normally do that because I will not allow myself. But like, see, I'm yawning. I'm getting tired because it's dark out. I'm already someone who honestly needs like 9 hours of sleep a night in order to feel...
Yeah, 9 hours is my magic number as well.
Me too.
I don't get that every night, but on the nights I do, that's when I feel the
amazing.
best.
Yeah, apparently, don't women need 8 to 9 and men need 7 to 8?
Women need more. Like, everyone says 8 hours is like the magic. You know, 8 hours of sleep, get your 8 hours. But I really do think like
9.
9 is it for me. Like, I think I got 9 hours of sleep last night, if not just under that. Like, so anywhere like between 8 and 9, like 8.5 to 9. That's when I feel the best. And just like the rested fully and not tired when I wake up, you know? Because there are days I can still feel good from getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but I'm really tired when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Or you feel it later in the day. You're like, oh,
yeah,
I
you
feel
hit like a
I
crash.
Yeah. Oh my God, I feel that today. I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night. I know.
And you traveled this morning.
And I traveled.
That always makes me really tired.
I did sleep on the plane, but sometimes airplane sleeping doesn't feel like real sleep.
It's not real.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, is that just because, I mean, I guess we were just talking about this, but our bodies are aligned with the sun. Like when the sun is up, we're supposed to be up. So since there's less sun,
yes,
our bodies are releasing melatonin more.
This was something I was kind of looking into because last week, I've been really trying to combat this, like falling into a winter blues spiral. And one of the ways I'm doing that is I've been going to yoga in the mornings. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. And I'm like usually a yoga at night girl if I can make it work, because the studio I love has really early classes. It's like 7 a.m. or 8:15. And, for me to walk 20 minutes to get there, by the time I get up and have to go, it takes a long time. So the other day I woke up really early, like at 6, to go to a yoga class that was at 7. And it was pitch black when I woke up. And I was like looking into it. I was like, is it healthier? Like, is it healthy to rise before the sun? Because I would consider myself somewhat of a morning person. Like I always wake up with the sun. I enjoy mornings. Even though I'm a morning person, like really struggle to wake up at any time before the sun rises.
Yeah.
Because it feels so unnatural. It's like you wake up and it's dark out, and that means I should still be in my bed.
Yes.
But like right now, the sun isn't rising. Like, let me see what time the sun rises.
That's such a good point, though. I never think about that. But like, that's probably why I don't like getting up too early.
Yeah. So like right now, in where we are is December right now. The sun isn't rising till like after 7 a.m. Just a few months ago, when it was summer, the sun will rise at like 6 a.m., 6:30. And I was like waking up and I would feel so wide awake. And I was like kind of frustrated because I was like, why am I awake at 6 a.m.? But it's because the sun was out. And it really, like your body goes with the rhythm of the sun and the sunrise and the sunset and light and all of that. That's why getting light exposure is really important when you wake up too.
Yeah.
And this is why I've kind of opted to not have room darkening curtains, even though sometimes I do want them, because I feel like I would sleep more if I had them, but then I fear I would not get up. You know what I mean? So yeah. I have light come through my curtains in the morning, and that's what helps me to wake up. But when it's fucking dark and you have to get up, it's like impossible. Also when it's cold.
I'm like, do I need to start doing that? I mean, my curtains already don't cover all the way, though.
Yeah, you definitely have
my
light coming through
weird.
Because
like, what is that? My curtains are pretty much like just messed up. There's like it has edges where you can see light coming through.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's just really freaking hard to wake up and want to do anything. Like, and even I feel like when I do wake up, when I'm having the winter blues, I want to just snuggle. Like, I want to just, like, sit and watch a movie and be under a blanket all day with a mug in my hand.
I know. And here, this is going to lead me to my next point, because I wrote down some things that are helping me get through this and allowing me to not stay in bed too long or all day or whatever. Because literally, when I woke up for yoga last week or earlier this week, whatever day it was, I literally said out loud, oh my God, this is so hard to get up right now. But I saw someone on TikTok say, stick to the plan, not the mood.
Ugh, yeah.
And that really stuck with me, because I will have these plans, like I'm going to go to yoga in the morning, or I'm going to get up early and I'm going to do this, and that. And you're so eager about it, like the afternoon or night before, and then the next day you're just like, you wake up and you're tired and you're cold and it's dark and you don't want to. And so you're like, I'll just sleep a little more. But when you think about it, getting up is the hardest part. And then once you're up,
then it's better.
It's better.
We talked about this a few sods ago too, but it's important to listen to what your body needs versus what it wants. So there might be a time when you wake up in the morning, like for example, I don't think you should overdo it. Like you should never push yourself too hard. If you feel like you're getting sick or something, you don't need to go to yoga at 7 a.m. You know, you don't want to compromise your health. But if you just wake up and are tired and feel just kind of like, ugh, I feel gross today, like I don't want to do anything, but you don't actually feel sick and yoga would actually help you, then you should go.
Yeah.
It's good to think about what you need.
That's why I love the mood thing, like thinking about your mood, because I feel like we've always talked about, or I've always thought of it in terms of how you feel, but it's kind of hard sometimes to differentiate physical feeling, your body needing rest versus your mind, your emotions and your feelings. So that's why I love thinking about mood. Like, is this my physical body telling me that I need to rest, or is this my mood?
Or is this just you literally being like, ugh?
Yeah.
You know, like
Because
there's such a difference.
I felt that way when I woke up to go to yoga. And replace yoga with whatever that is for you, you know, like whatever is going to help you get up and feel good. For me, it's yoga. And I felt just so foggy and gross and tired and cold and like I didn't want to go. But I left my yoga class just feeling so much better, so much
Tale as
clearer,
old as time.
right? And like it sounds so cliche, but like it's so true. Like I just felt so clear in my mind. The brain fog was gone. The fog that I felt in my body was gone, you know? So I really do think that like sometimes just getting out the door or even just getting out of bed is the hardest part.
Do you think, okay, why do we go through different phases in our lives? Because I remember growing up, for example, in high school and college and elementary school, I guess pretty much my whole life, I've struggled with getting out of bed in the morning. Not to the extent of some people. I know some people who literally can't get out of bed until like 11 a.m. I recently have been getting out of bed at like 8:30 or 9. Maybe a little. It depends. Actually, there were a couple of days last week where I think I got out of bed at like 10. But it depends. But during COVID, when I was living at home with my parents, I was getting up at 7 every single day. Like, on purpose. I would set an alarm, wake up at 7, go downstairs, eat my breakfast, do a workout. I'm like, is it just because life is so much right now that I'm exhausted?
Yeah.
And, like, what is that? Why can't... I mean, I know I can do that right now if I tried, but my body is just like, no, girl, you gotta keep sleeping.
I think it can be multiple things. I mean, like one, comparing to COVID quarantine times is hard because you're right. We had
so much free time.
Nothing on our plate. You know, there was... all we had to do was think about how we could care for ourselves. You know what I mean? And like get up, and our energy wasn't going into anything else. Like no, you know, emotional. I mean, that's a big generalization. Obviously everyone is dealing with different things, but I'm talking about like Noelle and I specifically. Like
yeah.
We were just...
COVID was awesome.
Living at home with our parents.
Just kidding.
Had free time to do whatever, and I think we both really leaned into self-care during that time.
We did, which is so ironic. And then I feel like you and I both had more problems when everything went back to quote-unquote normal. Obviously nothing is the same after COVID, but I remember once the masks were allowed to come off and I moved to New York City and things started happening again, that's when I started struggling. And I think it's because I just had so much time during COVID, and I was working on myself so much and just doing my hobbies. I was saving a lot of money. Life was really chill.
I mean, the world literally stopped.
It did.
So that is like something that you could never plan for or know how to deal with. And like going from that to back into reality, you know, it's just hard. And like now we have a lot more on our plate, a lot more stressors, a lot more adult responsibility. I mean, a big difference from when COVID started. We were 22 and now we are turning 28. So
weird.
Huge difference there. But I also think, I hate to be like the person to say, getting into the habits of doing things makes you feel better, makes you want to continue doing that, you know? I feel like
it's true.
Sometimes we get stuck in these ruts of, I'm not going to go, I'm not going to get up, I'm not going to do this. It just creates a cycle and a pattern. And then when you start doing it, you know, it feeds into, we talked about this during our self-care episode, but like you do the good things, it's making your mental health better, your physical health better, it's all intertwined. Then you have more energy. You're pouring into yourself, you're filling your own cup, you're able to like get up and do things, you know. But it's not always possible.
Also, a side note, I feel uglier in the winter too.
Oh my god, yeah, the winter
Which,
uglies.
That's definitely another part of seasonal depression. As soon as the sun comes out, I'm like, wait, I'm cute. But in the winter, I'm like, what is that all about too? Is it because we're more tired that we're just more like maybe puffy, or I don't know. I just look in the mirror in the winter and I'm like, ugh, don't love what I'm seeing. But also, we should always love what we're seeing.
We're not sun-kissed, but that's okay. We can still be our palest selves and be beautiful.
Yes.
I think it's just a cycle. That plays a part into it too. When you feel like just less motivated, it's like, are you putting that extra bit of effort you would into making yourself feel good about your appearance, by, you know, doing whatever that is for you. For me, what I struggle with is like outfits in the winter, because there's a certain section of winter where it's like, it's so cold outside that I don't feel like I can dress for, like, I can't wear a cute outfit, you know? It's like I just have to be as warm as I can, and sometimes that doesn't look good, and it's like I only have so many warm clothes or like big sweaters, or this is something I'm working on. I only have so many of those things, so I feel like I'm re-wearing the same things a lot, and that also makes me feel trapped. I'm like, I can't even wear a cute outfit. Like,
it gets to the point where you are literally solely dressing for warmth.
Yes.
I know, at least I get there, and I'm wearing a hat and my hair looks bad. Like, yeah.
Yes.
There's just a lot of things. Yeah. I will say, I always say I don't really like the winter that much, except for when it's snowing. I do love the snow. I do too. Sledding. I think it's a magical.
It is magical.
A magical thing.
Literally,
Snow.
the other morning I woke up and then you were like, have you looked outside yet today? And I was like, no. I was like, is it snowing? And then we both like ran to the window.
I was like, come on.
And it was snowing. And it's just, there's something about it. It never loses its magic. I would always rather have it be snowing than just be cold, because at least the snow is pretty. And yes, it might be annoying to like walk in ice and snow, whatever, but at least it's beautiful and it's like something happening, not just fucking cold, you know?
Exactly, yeah. But when it's just cold and dark outside, and then you have to go to work, it's like, oh my gosh.
And windy. It's been like so windy here too.
It has been windy.
Yeah. So this past week has been very cold, and this is something that I wanted to, one of my points of how to cope with the cold. Don't let the cold stop you from going outside. I know it's hard, but if you can find a reason to go on a 20-minute walk or go outside, do something, because our bodies need the fresh air, our bodies need that sunlight. But here's my next point underneath that is dress warm enough. I don't think enough people are dressing warm enough.
What do you mean? Like not wearing all of the right gear?
Yes. And when you dress in layers and you wear the right coat and you're wearing a hat and you're wearing gloves and you're bundled up, it's actually not that bad, like being outside, you know? Because I can tell on days where I bundle up, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's cold, but like I'm warm. Like there'll be times when I'm walking and I'm like sweating underneath my coat.
Yeah.
But there are times when maybe I don't dress as well for the weather, and then I'm miserable the entire day because I'm like having to walk around in the cold. So if you dress warm enough, it's actually way easier to be outside.
Warmth over fashion.
Yeah, and it's important to be outside.
Wait, what did I say on that one other sode? Sometimes wearing comfortable shoes is more important than getting plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
Or something like this. Sometimes wearing layers and layers and ugly winter clothes is more important than being chilly.
And that's something I'm learning, because I've prioritized warmth this week, and it's helped me a lot to be able to get out and do things instead of hibernate And like, you know, yeah, it sucks sometimes having to wear your big coat buttoned up to your chin, but
I stay buttoning mine up all the way.
Same, yeah. Gloves and hat make such a difference, you guys. They really do. But like, I really don't think some people are dressing warm enough, because I will look around on the train and I'm like, her coat is cute, but like, there's no way she's warm.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
Anyway,
I was actually feeling like that today when I was on the train coming back from the airport, just like back into the city. There were some like tourists wearing cute winter outfits, like looking ready to visit New York City, and I was like, these are not warm enough. And I was sitting there in my like sweatpants and my giant puffy black jacket and did not look cute at all, and had just been on an airplane. And I was like, they look good, but they are cold. These jackets look thin, and they're not even buttoned. They're like just wearing a like long sleeve t-shirt under a jacket, and I'm like, that I could not.
Yeah, no.
Not warm enough, y'all.
It's not. I mean, at least in New York, when you have to walk around, you have to walk to the train. You have to walk from the train to where you're going. Like, you're walking here, so like you're going to be outside. But even if you're not doing that, I think it's important to get out and do that. Get your fresh air, get your sunlight, but you have to dress warm enough in order to not be miserable, in order to allow yourself to do that and not hate your life.
For sure, Z's. Yes.
Something else, going back to getting out of bed as being the number one, maybe hardest thing. So finding ways to get yourself out of bed. I have my robe by my bed every morning. I cannot.
Wait, you keep it by your bed?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Well, I keep it like on my desk chair or hanging. I mean, literally, I could put my robe anywhere in my room and it would be by my bed.
That's also true. That's true.
Because my room is small. But like, I either keep it hanging on my clothing rack or like on my desk chair, so I can get out out of bed, and the first thing I do is put on my socks and slippers and my robe. I'm going to start using my robe as a blanket at night and put it over me, so that way when I get out of bed I can just You can put it on before you get out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps, you guys. It really does. Like, because I think it's being cold is one of the hardest things to face in the morning. It's like, I'm in my warm bed. But like, you're just getting out of one warm thing and getting into another.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that being warm, right out of bed, put your robe and slippers or your big sweatshirt and cozy socks right next to your bed. And that's the first thing you do. And then I think just having like one little thing to get you out of bed. For me, that's like making my coffee, making yourself a warm drink, doing something for yourself that's not immediately, I have to go to work. And that's something I talked about on the self-care episode. That is crucial for me, is just having a little bit of time to just do something for me before I have to get ready and go. And, you know,
this is something I want to focus on in the new year too. Getting out of bed with ample time. So I'm not just waking up to get ready, but waking up to enjoy my morning before I have to go.
And that helps you get up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm waking up to go do something that I like to do for myself.
Not waking up to
go to work.
Gotta get ready for work.
Yeah, because no one wants to wake up and go to work. But like, if you are thinking, okay, the first thing I get to do is something for me, something that I enjoy, if that's making your coffee or your matcha or your tea, or if that's like writing in your journal or stretching on your yoga mat or listening to a podcast, like whatever it is for you, figure that out and do that before you have to like get ready to go to work, because it's going to be easier to wake up to do that thing than it is to wake up to go to work.
For sure.
Yeah, and take the one thing at a time, you know? So those are my tips.
Another tip I have is taking vitamin D every day. That's something I've done in the past. I don't think I did it last winter. I should do it again this winter. I literally just buy like vitamin D pills either from Walgreens or they have them at Trader Joe's. Whether or not it actually helps or it's the placebo effect, I don't know. But I feel like it has helped me in the past because, you know, normally your main source of vitamin D is from the sun. So in the winter, when you're all inside, you're lacking some vitamin D. So it's good to take those pills sometimes. That can help.
I've never done that, and I think maybe I should start after the holidays this year. I want to look up what vitamin D does for you, and so like when we have a deficiency in it, what we're lacking. I'm gonna look that up right now.
So also, while you're looking that up, I want to say I had a therapist a couple years ago. I don't use this therapist anymore. Now I have a new therapist that low-key I'm obsessed with. But old therapist was very into vitamins and supplements, and she would always ask me about that because I'd be like, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, whatever. And she'd be like, you need to take this vitamin and this vitamin and this supplement and this supplement and blah, 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 blah. And she was probably right. I did not start taking all of those things. Maybe I should have. Mainly just because it costs a lot of money to buy all of those things. But I should start taking a multivitamin every day again soon.
I always go through phases of taking them and then not. Like, for some reason, it's hard for me to prioritize. Maybe it's because I don't necessarily feel like this crazy difference when I do take them.
Fair.
But maybe there was a difference and I just don't realize it, you know?
I take probiotics every day. Do you still?
Yes. Yeah. I take my probiotic.
And it has been so helpful.
Yeah.
For feminine health.
Yes.
Vaginal health, I should say, actually.
And then, like, probiotics are good for your gut as well.
Yes.
You know, there are companies that sell vaginal probiotics and gut health probiotics. And I've heard that they're not different and it's more just a marketing thing.
I did research, actually, because at the beginning of this year, I was like, I need to start my probiotic journey because my stomach is so messed up.
Yeah, because you have the stomach issues.
I have stomach issues, but I was like, I'm taking probiotics already for like vaginal health and my pH and everything. And do I really need to take 2 separate probiotics? And I was looking online and I was like, a lot of these ingredients are the exact same. And I did some research and it turns out the vaginal ones I'm taking also are good for my gut. So I was like, I'm not going to buy 2 separate ones a month. I'm just going to take this one pill.
Yeah. We're getting the benefits of both. Okay, you guys. I just looked up vitamin D. Yeah. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this,
Wait,
okay?
I'm excited. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, you need vitamin D.
Vitamin D actually almost acts like a hormone in the body. What vitamin D does for you? 1, it supports strong bones and teeth. 2, supports mood and mental health. Low vitamin D is linked to low mood or depression, seasonal affective disorder, fatigue, and brain fog.
yup.
It doesn't replace therapy or medication, but adequate levels can be a real foundation for emotional stability. Boosts immune function. It helps your immune system fight infections, reduce inflammation, potentially lower the frequency of colds and respiratory infections, which is crazy because it's like cold and flu season, obviously. Supports muscle strength and recovery. Helps regulate hormones and nervous system function.
It does everything.
Yeah, it plays a role in nervous system signaling, hormone regulation, overall energy levels, and may help with chronic pain and inflammation. So tension, headaches, muscle aches, joint pain. Vitamin D.
I just pulled out my vitamin D.
So, yeah, the biggest source of vitamin D is from sunlight, which is why it's important to get out in the winter still on those sunny days, you know. But you can also, if you know, during the winter, you can get your vitamin D from food like fatty fish, egg yolks, fortified milk, and cereals. So maybe bulk up on those things too, which contain vitamin D.
Also, we're not doctors.
No, I'm just literally reading off the internet.
We're reading this off the internet, so we're not trying to be your doctors.
No, I was literally just curious of because I always know that we get vitamin D from the sun. So in the winter, we have less of it and we are all deficient in it. So, but I was wondering what it directly supports, you know?
Wait, can you Google, though, how much vitamin D I should be taking every day during the winter? Hey, confirm with your doctors first before you take our advice. But also, like, I think it's fine. 1,000 to 2,000 IU.
Yeah, for winter.
Okay, so yes, this is 1,000 IU. Or 25 mcg.
Yeah.
Whatever all of that means.
So, yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe I should start taking vitamin D because it seems to support a lot. And that makes sense.
It does. Yeah. Is there anything else that you struggle with in the winter that we haven't talked about yet? Oh, one other thing we were talking about earlier that can kind of maybe help you to, or at least for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm lazy in the winter, whatever. Even though I'm not, because I'm still going to work. And also for the two of us, audition season is in the winter. So I feel like, yeah. I mean, we're about to be auditioning a lot. And we have to wake up so early for that and go to fucking like Times Square.
The first ECC I went to with you last year was in like February or something, and it was so brutally cold and windy.
Yeah, I literally wear I wear my dress that I wear for my auditions. I wear sweatpants under my dress. With
we always look silly.
A sweatshirt over the dress. It's scarf. Yeah, so pretty much I get there and then I have to like take all of my layers off and then I'm in a dress. But like oh my god, it's so cold.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is we were mentioning earlier that sometimes your body just needs the rest. Like it's good for our bodies to go along with the season. So maybe in summer, since the sun is out more, you're out more. But in the winter, the sun is down more. So it's okay to let your body rest. And I say that to an extent. Obviously, that doesn't mean sleep 14 hours every single day if you're like, you know, you are an average healthy adult. But allowing yourself to don't be too hard on yourself if you need a little more sleep, an extra hour every night or something.
Yeah, or even just like rest. If it's not sleep, it can be just doing restful things in your home. Like,
well, it's a good time to kind of save money and stuff too. I don't know. As soon as the sun comes out, I'm like, okay, time for me to get a glass of rosé outside.
Yeah.
You know, but when it's winter, I'm like,
there's no need.
No, it feels kind of nice to go home and get cozy at the end of the day.
So I think something that's going to be helpful for me this winter, as we go through the hardest stretch of the year for me, is kind of reframing how I view winter. So bouncing off of what you were saying, like going with the seasons, and sometimes it's okay to rest or whatever. If you're someone who doesn't, you know, winter's not your favorite season, maybe just try reframing, and this is something I'm going to try to do this winter, how you think about it. So instead of thinking about it negatively, like, oh, this is the hardest part of the year and I hate winter and it's so cold, and think about like the benefits of it, because I think it can be such a beneficial time if you do it right, you know? Like, what's so beautiful about it is that it never lasts forever. The warmth is going to come back, the snow is going to melt, the sun's going to come back, and you're going to have that time. So think about how you can optimize the winter. Like, what can you benefit from? And I think that can be like, yeah, staying in, getting a little more internal, saving money, and doing, you know, reflecting, and just kind of taking what the winter gives you and making the most out of it.
That's tea.
I think what happens is we struggle with trying to make winter like, or trying to be like how we are in the summer in the winter, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. You know, it is important to like get up and get outside and do those things, but it's not going to be in the same way, and you're not meant to do that. So like, don't get hard on yourself for needing to kind of rest. Literally, there are animals that hibernate throughout the winter and like really take the time to like just like hibernate.
Wait, I saw this TikTok or something that was talking about how bears, when they hibernate, they're not actually sleeping the whole time. They're like just going in the caves and living in there and chilling and not coming out for humans to see. And why did I think until I was 27 years old that bears were legitimately asleep for months?
I know, I saw that like a couple years ago and had the same realization.
You're like, wait.
Because as a kid and growing up, I literally just imagined the bears sleeping like in a coma for
like not eating, not pooping, not peeing. They're just like asleep
for the entirety of winter. So we can't do that. But
no, we can't.
Like, I think it's the time. I always preach balancing your discipline with your gentleness, and I think it's a time to be gentle with yourself. Like, I think something that works for me is like having a reason to get outside at least once a day. I feel lucky that I have that a little like built into my schedule with nannying and stuff.
Wow, I bet work from home can be hard in the winter sometimes.
Yeah. So like if you work from home, I think finding a reason once a day to get out, if that's walking to your grocery store and picking up a treat, whatever it is, do that thing, do the things that are going to be good for your mental health. But like once you do them, then just like rest.
Yeah.
Then just like do you. You don't have to be doing all these things. Maybe plan something here and there to look forward to. Make sure you're not being a hermit. Make sure you're still having, you know, social interaction, meaningful social interaction. But it's not like you have to be going out every Saturday.
No.
You don't have to be like, I think winter is really meant for like just being internal. And I'm kind of excited for it this winter.
Sometimes it is really helpful to plan something. Just even if you're like, okay, let's go see a movie in 2 weeks and go to the movie theaters. Just having a little something to be like, yay, doing something.
Life hack, if you don't want to leave or go anywhere because it's hard to do that in the winter, invite people over, have a little dinner party, make people come to you.
You and I both love coziness too.
Yes,
so
I'm obsessed with it.
We romanticize everything. So even when we're feeling sad in the winter, I feel like we get our cozy blankets, our pillows, make our popcorn, watch TV, drink our hot chocolate, and we're just chilling at home.
That's another huge thing, because you're going to be spending so much more time inside. Make your space the space you want to spend time in.
Clean your room.
Clean, keep it clean. You know, your space can be a reflection of what's going on inside, and vice versa. I think that a clean space can help you feel more clear inside. But also coziness. We got our candle going. You can't see it, but here she is. We literally always have a candle. Blankets. I've been using my heating pad 24/7. Literally, we had a friend over the other day, and I like plugged my heating pad in and sat down, and they were like, "Did you hurt your back?" And I was like, "No, I literally just like the warmth.
Want to be warm." Literally.
And I hope that's okay for me to do. I saw this TikTok come up of a girl that was like, I literally refuse to look up if there's any negative effects to using a heating pad too much, because I use this thing like 24/7. And I was like,
don't look it up.
No, I'm not gonna. No, because I love it. And I don't use it 24/7, but I'll use it in the morning, like when I'm cold on the couch, or at night when I get into bed, you know?
Dude, that's Audrey too. Who was on our episode last week. She, every time I'm over there, she's on her heating pad, and she brings it around the apartment with her. So she'll either be like with it in bed, or she'll carry it into her office and just like sit on it so it's warming her butt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's always on.
I'm a chronically cold person as well, so I actually struggle with like the cold, and I'm usually always cold rather than hot. So in the cold months, it's a battle for me, so I really need to stay warm the best way I can. I think those are my main tips. You know, romanticize your indoor space. Dress warm enough when you're outside.
Make sure you're getting vitamin D.
Get vitamin D.
Invite people over.
Have things to look forward to when you get out of bed.
And also, take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Plan things here and there, but also take it easy.
Take it easy.
And take it home.
So, the take home, we kind of just went through everything, but yeah, winter doesn't have to be as hard as it is, I guess. Like, it is hard, but I think there are ways to just reframe it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, like, if you resist something, it makes it harder, rather than if you just like accept it and like let it in and embrace it.
For sure, Z's.
I always think about the metaphor of like when it's raining out and you're caught in the rain, and like you have the urge to like cover your head or your face, but like it's literally doing nothing and you're still getting soaking wet, rather than just like embracing it and letting yourself get wet anyway. That's how winter feels. Like, just
True.
think about what winter can give you and optimize
You
those
and
things.
I embraced a rainy day once.
We
in
did.
Florence, Italy.
We did. We danced in the rain.
We did,
and
because
jumped in puddles.
We were having a day in Italy, and it was pouring
pouring.
rain, and we were like, we're not wasting this day. So we were jumping in puddles and just like walking around with no umbrellas or rain jackets, just getting absolutely soaking wet. Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
absolutely soaking wet. It's raining men.
Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
Yeah, so I am wishing you all a lovely winter, and we'll be here with you for it
We will check back in every Thursday.
every Thursday.
And we'll let you guys know how we're doing in the
Yeah.
winter. And y'all let us know how you're doing.
Yes.
If you need more tips, let us know.
yeah,
Because we have degrees in everything, and we are psychologists, doctors.
No, we can't say this because
Oh wait, are we not? Okay, that was a joke. Okay, yeah, you're right. That was a joke. We are not any of those things. We are two girls with BFAs in musical theater.
yes,
Who-
we're going based off of our life experience.
Yeah.
So, like, we're your friends, but yeah, obviously there are levels to everything, and
Yes.
we're not. It's not a replacement for therapy or medication or doctors.
It is
or
not.
anything like that.
And
It's
I highly recommend therapy, although I know it's expensive sometimes, so
yeah.
easier said than done.
But yes, I'm wishing you all a lovely winter this next week. Yeah, follow our podcast at Take It Home Pod. Also, we just saw our Spotify for Creators
Oh,
Wrapped
yeah.
this morning, and it was so cool to see all you guys who have listened and the statistics and everything like that. It's just been really cool, and I thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. We love you guys
Love
for
ya.
realsies.
Yeah, and share this episode with someone who you think might like it. And follow us at Take It Home Pod, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. We'll be here next week, next Thursday.
You can count on us like 1, 2,
3.
I'll be there. Okay. So follow us at Take It Home Pod on Instagram and TikTok, Spotify or Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Normally Pete does this part, so I'm trying.
I already said this, though.
Wait, what? Am I okay? Leave us a 5-star review, and if it's anything less than 5 stars, don't leave it.
Don't.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye. I'm so tired.